another Thursday, it's another week, and it's another Speak to the Counselor o'clock, of course. Just on Royal TV, the new vision of Africa, you will always find Lima Truth Mojoko, getting to spice up your time and spice up your moment. We don't just talk about issues relating to our life, we bring therapy at the comfort of your screen. People ask questions, they raise concern, and we propose solutions. So right now, we are going to go into the question, but before then, let's get on a short breather. And when we get back, we are going to introduce the question of the day. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Of course, it's just on Royal TV where you get to speak to the counselor. It's a safe space for you where you talk about issues pertaining your life, issues pertaining you. You might not disclose your identity, but we are here and we will answer those questions. We have a guest today, but before I introduce to you our guest, let's get on the topic of the day. Today, last week, we talked about societal issues, societal pressure, and pressure life can bring to you. And our counselor was here. She made reasonable suggestions. She said a lot of things in regards to pressure and how you can get out of pressure. And so, today we are handling how does fear of societal judgment affects decision making, personal freedom, and comparison with others. How does fear of societal judgment affect decision making, personal freedom, and comparison with others? Let me tell you, when the society brings pressure on you, when the society have pressure and everyone is doing everything they can do, the next available thing that comes into your mind is the aspect of decision making. You turn out not to make decisions, and you turn out not to make decisions really well. So today we'll be focusing on how all of these things, societal judgment, especially to mothers, single mothers. I don't just mean mothers, I mean single mothers. People who gave birth at young ages, people who got pregnant out of rape, and the society is judging you for it. The stigma that comes with it, all of those things together. Remember, everyone have their definition of what society pressure is, society judgment is. But I will tell you for free that society judgment just has to do with the world taking you for what they think they've seen, or maybe what they've seen you do, and not actually who you really are. It means they just assume you to be an identity you are not. That's it. So after now, I believe some people will get out of societal judgment, societal making decisions from what people think about you. See, who you say you are is who you are. What you think in your head. I'm not saying that don't take corrections, or when people say these things are not good, you stay off it. But there are some certain judgmental things that will come to you. You know that this person is being judgmental. Yes. There's some certain things that will happen, and you know that this person is being judgmental in this aspect. So in that kind of case, how do you make decisions out of it? How do you get out of it? How do you get out of it? I want to base my societal judgment an example with single mothers. You got pregnant out of wedlock, you're not married. Or is it the person who was raped and got pregnant? And the society is all on you, and everybody says, another picking at, you don't carry belly, you don't be disgraced. Yeah, to an African man is disgraced because you're not married. But still, the deed has already been happened. Will you go back and reverse it? No. There's a child involved already. So the society can make you make judgment out of what people think about you, or out of what people say about you. But is that the case? Is it the definition of who you are? So who you are is what you're supposed to portray. People say you're this. Yeah, do you think you're that person? If they say you're a spoiled brat, do you think you're a spoiled brat? But also in some cases, some children are actually spoiled brats. What the society think they are actually the case of being a spoiled brat. So what the people think you are, if you see that way, then it's going to affect your judgment. And it's going to affect your personal freedom. You want to go to this place and you're like, hey, people, they see me. We understand that you're a public figure. We understand that a lot of people look up to you. We understand that a lot of people do this, a lot of people do that. But let me ask you a question. Yes, they do all of these things. Yes, people look at you in this way. People look at you in this manner. Is it enough reason for you not to be free? Be you. Even if you're serviceable, people, you're a role model, you're a celebrity, or in any way you're known in any aspect, be free. Okay, imagine, I'll give an example of me. I'm not known, like like a celebrity. But we sit on TV every day. Sometimes you go to a place and you don't know that people are watching you. By the time you know it, someone is taking your picture, someone is doing this to you. Does it mean I will not go to a restaurant and eat? No, I have to be free. So all of these things contribute to personal freedom. You're not free around yourself. You're not free around the people you love. And you start comparing yourself with other. Why not be like Johnny? Why not be gay Pa John? Why is it I was born in this kind of family? That's what we say. But there is a reason why God permitted you to be born in that kind of family. Please stop saying those things to yourself. Stop comparing yourself with others. Everybody has their season. Elizabeth Eke has said everything. I get my day, you get your day. When your day reach, we'll join you celebrate. When my day reach, can't join me celebrate. I've said it in pidgin in a way that all of us we are going to understand. So please, I'm begging again, let the things people say not be able to push you to compare yourself with others. Be you. Be unique. Everybody is unique. That's why your fingerprint is different from another person's fingerprint. Two people don't have same fingerprint. You're definitely unique. I said earlier on that I'm bringing us a guest. But last week, I always like to give my own point of view, my own perspective, what I think about the question before bringing up the guest to talk about this topic. Our guest will digest every part of the topic. Feel free to send us a question on the numbers on your screen, and we're going to read it loud in the studio. So let's get on a short break, and when we get back, we're going to have our guest. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor o'clock, and I promise you to bring a counselor. I know you've seen her. She was here last week, but permit me reintroduce her again to you. She's a counselor, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a businesswoman, and the list goes on, and no other person than Mrs. Noel Daly. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Lima.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're looking bright.
Thank you. I feel bright.
All right, we're talking on. Let me give back the question before you came in. We were talking about the question. The question is, how does fear of societal judgment affect decision making, personal freedom, and comparison with others? So we are going to start by, first of all, analyzing the word societal judgment. What we know and we see as societal judgment.
Okay. From the word societal, it's from society. Maybe a community you find yourself. It might be a small group. It might be family. It might be the entire nation. Or yes. So those are the judgments, the views, the opinions that the society gives to someone because of the person's behavior, or because of the person's looks, or because of maybe someone's own opinion. So the society gives their own opinion that, okay, Lima, what you have done is not correct, or what you are going to do is not right.
It's not correct.
Yeah, so it's what the opinion that the society, wherever you find yourself, it's not just when we say society, it's not general.
Is it just the aspect of what you do not being correct, or the aspect of terming you the bad egg out of the entire egg? Because I know judgment is like only God judges, but humans have turned out to judge, where they term you, they crucify you, send you to the cross, they nail you, they kill you. Like the case of getting before now, but now is normal. Getting pregnant without being married. But now it's common now.
Nice.
Very, it's pride. A mother will see her child get pregnant at a young age. She's proud that she has a grandchild and all.
So it's even based on what you are still to do. That last time we were talking about expectations, that the society will be expecting you to behave this way. So that sometimes what you do, society might say no, it's out of norm, it's exaggerated, or it's below standards. So those are the opinions that the society will give based on one's behavior.
So how can someone recognize in his or her daily life that the society is being judgmental on me? Okay. The society is they are crucifying me. My neighborhood, because we're not talking about family, we're talking about what people think about you. How can I notice that the society is pressing on me?
Okay, whenever you are anxious, yes, when when what you want to do, you cannot freely do because you are thinking of what another person will say. Something that if you want to do, okay, if it's you alone, you freely do it. But when you start thinking that what would they say? What will
Yeah,
people
what will
say?
people say?
Will
That's
people
true.
like it? When I do it like that, will it be nice? Will it be that nice is not just to you, it's from people's perspective. You are thinking about people's view. So whenever you start thinking of what will people say, what will people say, know that you are already thinking about how the society evaluates this. You are looking at, okay, if it's you alone, you say, wow, this is nice, this is great, I did my best. But you start thinking, okay, Lima will say, it was not good enough, it's nice, but you start thinking of the buts that are there, the little imperfections. So whenever you start thinking of what people will say, know that you care much about the societal judgment.
So you're just talking about caring much about societal judgment, and it brings me up to the next question. When does being mindful of others' opinion become harmful to your personal well-being? You think about others more than you think about yourself. When do you draw the line? When do you know that this I'm doing overboard? I'm doing more than expected.
Okay, when you yourself you start feeling dissatisfied or less productive. For example, if you start saying, okay, I will not pass here because when I pass here they'll say my dress is not nice. When I pass here they'll say, oh, my shoe was like this, and because of your thoughts you later on sit in the house. Okay, what you were going to do, you will not do it. When you start seeing that you are less productive based on how you're thinking, that people evaluate you, you will not, okay, I can take a longer road because I'm afraid that when I want to
let me
pass it,
just let me
they'll
just share
start
this
telling me.
story with us. You're talking about societal judgment, and I'm sitting here, I'm just remembering a few years ago. My business is almost getting to 4 years.
Okay.
And when I started, trust me, my cakes were not the best as compared to people who really know. I was just starting.
Yeah.
And I started off just doing what I know I could do, learned from my mom, a little from my mom, and picked up some skills online. Then I just realized I was so gifted with kitchen. I can enter the kitchen and I can produce something out of it. So I had an order from somebody and I did my best. Trust me, I did my best. The cake was very beautiful, but that particular cake, we had other bakers around. We had other people that their parents, their siblings are big bakers.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, some bakers don't know. Some people leave bakers. Some people don't know how to speak to others. That's the
Yeah,
truth.
they don't know
You
that it
don't
can
know how to
affect.
approach this thing,
Yes.
and it really affects this person in a bad way or in a negative way. So this girl cake, who do the cake? How the cake strong so?
Hi.
Ha! Some jagara juguru cake. Those were, I will never forget this statement. And do you know why I can still remember it up to now? It's because the person who said it was somebody I hold in extreme high esteem. Was more of a friend, more of I don't know how to put it. She was so close to me, and she said, if na my person for do the cake, if I do and fine pass so. I felt so bad. The cake was good, but I felt that bad. Do you know what happened to me? The next time, those same people called me and said they want me to do a cake for a price way better than before. This time I've upgraded.
Yeah.
I'm better off. I can do cakes and I can stand and say, bring your own, let's see.
Yes.
But because of what happened, it was actually 2 years after. Do you know I turned down the order?
You turned it down.
When I remember,
Because
you know, you're talking about it, it's coming back to my mind, and I'm like, God, if it's now, I cannot try it. I can really not. I turned down that order because
of
of
what was
fear
said.
of what if I bring it and people or another person gives this kind of
Criticizes.
judgment. I went back more than 3 months to 4 months. I will cry. In fact, till today, I don't trust in that person. Till date, I cannot sit and we'll get back to the way we used to be, because if I'm your person, there's a way you tell me about this thing and I'll not feel left out. I'll feel like, oh, you're pushing me to become better. But till today, it has just been like that. from that stage too. So societal judgment can really turn
Bring
someone.
you down. Yes.
It can make someone to become something else. I learned, I'm just giving this particular testimony because I know it can be of help to somebody and it can encourage somebody.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to walk out of it. Do you know, even after turning down that order, they still came back again. And they said, we don't know why you're turning down this order. I tasted your cake in this wedding and it was mind-blowing. And we want to still give you this order. Then it was the third time I said, I'm going to do it. And I wanted to do it this time around to prove a point. And trust me, I proved a point. I proved that point. She was the first person who said, you've improved. It's okay for people to say you've improved.
Yeah.
So I felt the aspect of them appreciating me after a long period of time.
It's just that people don't know that what you say, how you say it, can leave someone in the dark, in despair for long. You might just say like, I will do the cake, how it is so.
It looks simple.
It's very simple.
It looks simple to you.
Yes, and people will look at you like, wow, it means you know good cake and all that, but you don't know what Lima went through for months. I think you getting back the third time to do it was proving a point, and not just proving a point. You were confident enough because you have grown.
No, I had to build my self-esteem.
Yes. Because,
I really had to.
Because when there's confidence, when you learn, when you are knowledgeable, fear start giving way.
You know, immediately after that, we're in a gathering. See, these memories are just coming. Sometimes when I sit back to look at this memory and I sit back to look at where I started from and how people insulted me. I've heard of people's journey when they started their business. But I'll tell you that mine is worst. There was no insult I did not get. You will not believe that that same person came when a gathering of people. And she said, I be the call, you not pick my call. And I'm like, why did you call me? I'll be the fine person who go do some jagara juguru cake for 25,000 on nonsense cake, on strong cake. And imagine that kind of thing. Some people have had smooth start off with business. I'm really sharing this from the depth of my heart because I feel like you are starting off and it can be a blessing to you. Some people started off in good footing. I did not start that way. I started with a lot of insult. I started with people say you cannot.
Yes, and people go back to their shells because someone say no, you cannot do it.
If it was another person. Yeah. I started with somebody telling me 15 years you no go ever do it. Those kind of statements. I did my first trial, and the only person who said the cake looked beautiful, even when I know that it did not look beautiful, was my elder sister.
Wow.
God bless that girl. She told me, this is so nice. Then when she said it, my junior sisters came, and they were like, oh, it's so beautiful. But they know that it's not beautiful. Then later on, she called me. She said, I think you should. I think you should. My family has been my biggest push, but when it comes to society, it has not been that way. So imagine you said those things with someone who does not have self-esteem. You bring your business idea.
So go back to the
and the first person I ever shared my business idea out of my family was, I really want to give practical step with this particular edition, was a friend of mine. And she laughed. Like she literally, I went back home, I cried until, why did I even tell her? She laughed so much and told me that 50 years, mommy, no go fit. I will never forget this statement. And today, when she sees my cakes, she's like, no, let's give it for her. Let's give it for truth. But those times when I started, I didn't mean I gave up on that part, what people think about me.
Well, that was because you had some push from family, and family believed in you. And this issue of believing in you was not just for the moment, like just for the cakes.
It was continuous.
Not just for the cakes. Family has shown you love. You are loved. When you feel loved, it extends to other areas. Family might have, your elder sister could still not say it was nice, but you still push through because there's an energy already in the family that causes you to thrive. There's an energy that makes you to... For example, when there was one time that I said my 4-year-old, when we were washing dresses, he washes. Then someone was like, for the H-way, washing machine don't come. You have to go up the wash way. I said, it's not about the clothes. It's responsibility. teaching him responsibility is not necessary to go up and washing dresses. So there's an energy that family can carry, and you see a child even suffering because the child knows that family, there is some comfort, there is a way that family will accept
Yeah, even if
me,
the society push you
yes,
away,
the way
there's
society is
always a
pushing,
safe space. I always used to say this, even if you insult me, I
you
like
go
come
back.
in my house, I will sleep, and I
Yeah,
will sleep, and I
peacefully.
will sleep again. But I'll come sometimes with what people have said, I'll come crying. My mom will not even tell me anything. She will just say, Mama, come and hold you small. And the moment she's giving you that hug, tears comes out from your eyes so much.
Yeah.
The next minute, you're moving on and you're coming back outside fine. I'm giving this example because it's going to go, it's going to cut across decision making.
Yeah.
I made a decision of not taking up the cake the second time, and that was because of what they said. Brings me up to my next question: how does the fear of judgment or societal judgment influence a major life decision? Imagine that that was a major life decision. So how can it influence if it's someone watching us now?
Someone watching us, you have already heard how just 2 months, just 2 months in Lima's life, it can really, 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 really affect. There are people who will shut down for more than a year,
Completely.
for more than, in fact, it will take a therapy session even to bring some people back to the points that no, you can try it, you can do it. It, it affects a lot. It can impact in that people will make decision now based on people's approval. Like there's another person that will go and say, auntie, say no be fine. And I've just dey try. Then auntie say, I beg leave that thing go do
Will
the
say
one.
more
Better do na
things
the
to
one.
hurt you. So
Yes.
I think that particular statement should be really reiterated to our audience. The aspect of someone has already damned what you're doing.
Yes, and you
Why will
still
you go
move to the
back?
person because you
You
think that
want
the person's approval, yes, will
personal
make, yes, the
approval.
person's approval. You think that the person's approval will make you better. That's how we feel. So you go and you say no, you be never do ganos. You better continue ganos.
The king no
And
be for you.
yes, you know,
I
no
had
be for
that
you.
statement. Oh my God.
I
Somebody
still went there.
tasted, was it my, because I come up with new product. There's a new product that is up now with my business. It's called Spice Egg Roll.
Okay.
It's actually egg with a lot of fish spice, but now the dough is, the mixture is different. I had to try this recipe, try it. The first time I tried this recipe, I took it to some church members and some friends and colleagues to taste. Do you know one of my colleagues said, Mommy, just leave egg roll. You know, say, this thing no be for you. The cooking thing sef no be for you. Don't miss calling.
Hey.
Just stay you for journalism. You go to wait for that kind of thing. I felt really,
Yeah.
my journey with business itself has not been, it has really not been an easy one. So imagine you tell someone that kind of thing
Yes.
with that kind of experience, then coming up to this one, hey.
It takes just someone with self-confidence, someone who has backup like family, like we're saying, and other people who can still push them and say, no, you can do it, you can have a try. To tell someone that, sure, if there was somebody in such a situation and I say, no, I know of someone, I know of Lima was down for 2 months because of just what somebody said. But she picked up, she's better now. You know, there are people who will make decisions never to try again. They'll just switch, and they'll switch to take what society says that no, that one is good for you, that one is nice. Or they'll switch to copy others. They'll switch to want to, okay, let me do this
Copy
simple
is, and
one.
there's no originality there. When you start
Yes,
copying others.
let me do this simple one that is, yeah, and it impacts in two ways. There are others that will take this one and say, okay, this is a challenge. What you said is a challenge. I'm going to pick up, I will sit up, I will
And
do
prove
better
to you.
and prove to you.
Yeah,
Just-
because that's one thing with me. I'm
just
built
as
that way.
it
When
is
you
for
tell
this.
me that I cannot do this thing, I want to tell you that I can do this thing. So even when I'm struggling to get back my momentum and build up myself, I'm wanting to prove a point that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You see that cake, I can replicate it if I just put in the work. I'll tell you that I did that my cake spice egg roll.
Yeah.
I tried spice egg roll for more than 3 months. I make sure every week I'll try to an extent where my team and I will sat down and say, okay, we have a perfect spike circle. We can introduce it now to the public. Then people started eating it and they loved it. I started having others. But imagine from first instant, someone just said,
leave it.
man,
Just
leave and
say
no be
yes.
your calling.
It's not mine.
To be just leave and you and no be your calling. I had this, when it comes to this societal judgment, I think I have a lot of stories because I've gone through things like that, and God has been able to help me to build out of it. Bringing me back to another question. What are the signs that someone is making decision based on approval rather than what they think about themselves? What are some of the signs? How can I know that I'm making judgmental decisions? I'm making my approval decisions from what people think about me.
First, when you don't have fulfillment in what you want to do, I think that in anything in life, whenever you settle your mind that this is what I want to do, you have peace of mind and you're fulfilled doing this. You're happy and you can tell yourself that I'm choosing this because of this, and you're comfortable with the choices you have made. But whenever you start feeling uncomfortable, but your mind is just like, oh, Lima will like it, Solange will approve it. This, when you start thinking,
what would they think?
Yes,
especially when you're in a space, you're sitting in a particular space, and you're with a friend. You're not in a relationship with him, but you're just sitting there. Wait till people don't think I just shit down for you. I did the restaurant, or Jonas I get money. No, those thoughts.
Yes, those thoughts.
Those thoughts can come through your mind. But it's okay to have those thoughts if you ask me, Madam Daly. It's okay to get those thoughts.
Yes, it's okay to get those thoughts. Because sometimes when you want to get people's perception, it helps. If there are some perceptions like that helps us, that pushes you like a challenge. It's like a challenge. If you meet a bigger journalist and you want to talk, the person hush you down or say some things, some people will come and say, no, I need to do the journalism again.
Some people will quit.
Some people will come and say, there will be a day that I will sit in a round table conference with this person.
I'll even be a teacher. I used to tell, oh God, you know, I had some experience in the field where some people will say some certain things. When I started building resilience, I want to say God bless my elder sister so much. With everything, anywhere I am, I always appreciate that young lady, Lima Lydia. She helped me build resilience. My mom, my father, my parents, they helped me be resilient in an aspect of, they realized that a lot of things people say will get to my head. So when they say I will hold it close to my heart, it helps. Do you know those things that they build, they get you to a place of unforgiveness.
Yeah.
You cannot forgive. You cannot move past it because of what people think about you, because of what people say. So I built up an aspect of, when you tell me that I cannot do this, I'll make sure I have to tell you in front of you that I will do it. There was one time I had an opportunity to be amongst colleagues, and one of them said, just continue the media thing. You will not do anything, you will not go far, you will not do this. I told her that me and you will sit in a round table conference and I will be the person chairing that meeting. Yes, it has not happened, but I know that one day it will definitely come to pass. It will definitely come to pass.
And that alone pushes you to work hard. It pushes you to study. I think the problem here, everybody gets to think about the society, what the society will think. Everybody gets to think about that. The voices that come, the difference is in the decision that the people take.
Decision making,
yes,
that's true.
The difference is in the decision. Another person will lie low and say, oh, society will keep condemning me. Another person will look at it like, okay, these are stones that are throwing at me, but I'm going to take these stones and I'll make a mansion. You see, when I was in secondary school, a lady told me that, you always beg textbook. Let's be our own. All time, you know, I ever get textbook, they always beg textbook. And I sat in the house, I thought about it. I will normally cry like, okay, God,
no, that's
where's
normal.
Poverty from? Where's poverty
That's
from?
normal. Crying is inevitable.
Yes. and okay, but I settled down and said, okay, is it better to is it better to have a textbook and you don't succeed, or don't have a textbook but you are still passing? So I made sure that I'll always be more than her in everything, so that she will know that
We're
it's
not in
not
the
about the
same
textbook. You
we're not
understand?
in the same level.
So another person will drop out. That people have dropped out of school. Like that. My elder sister, she started class 1, then my parents sold her a dress. Her gown was really long, like it was kaba, as you can see. So one guy, he was the friend. They were living home together, going to school. Then one day the guy was trying to lie in school. My sister was saying that no, it's a lie, it's a lie. He just said, "Come on, big kaba." That kept my sister in the house for a year.
She refused to go to school.
For a year, until the guy went to class 2 before she went back to school. Because when the guy made like friends, people laughed at her all the time, or all the when she's coming, baby kaba. Then you can imagine her just a little child. Yes, and that's for a year. She stayed in the house.
I think
without
people should be very careful with the way you speak to others. You don't even know who is standing in front of you. You don't even know. Like you can say, imagine that kind of case. It was just your big kaba. You're looking at it like your big kaba. You're laughing, and you go back home. You're sleeping, but it can put someone in a mental state that you cannot even understand. 1 year. My
people have
God.
make decisions of, okay, you two, marry, or wait till they make
That
lesson,
one,
and people have made decisions of,
you
okay,
just go and enter
accept
yourself
any
into
guy.
they call it woman beater. You just take your 2 hands and 2 left legs and just enter into a woman beater. They are beating you every day. You are there because of what people say.
Yeah.
You are there. No, wait till people don't go talk. If I leave, wait.
With students, society has said, or made it to look like science is good. But you know that many secondary school students that they go for sciences for the prestige. When we're going up, it's because
No, when you wear that white.
Yes, when you wear lab jacket, okay, you're already looking like a doctor.
When you wear that white.
And all that. So there are many
I teach the children ministry, and there are sometimes we will gather those children and we ask them, what do you want to become in future, so that we get them towards God's purpose and what God has assigned them to become, how they can use their profession and become not just any kind of children, but godly children in wherever they find themselves. So when we ask them, what do you want to become in future? Ma, I want to become a doctor. Why do you want to become a doctor? Because people are wearing that white. No, that's what they'll tell me. Because my mother said being a doctor comes with pride. Until I went to the hospital and I saw one fine doctor coming. This is a real life story.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this out of my mind or maybe what people have said. I have witnessed it. I've seen cases like that. And she said, my mom told me that when you become like this lady, people respect you more.
Yeah.
And that's why she wants to become a doctor, not because she really loves to become a doctor, and because God has called her to become a doctor. Not just to save life, but you can be around where someone is about to die, you lead the person to Christ.
Yeah.
So all of those basic things people do for prestige.
They make decisions. So it really affects the way we make decisions, and it's not a problem to have made a decision based on somebody's view. But once you realize that, no, okay, this is not me, this is not me, yes, this is not what I want, you can still step back and you pick up again. It's never late to start all over. Because this fear of judgment, somebody will really see that this is not where I want to be, but you are still afraid to move back and start that which you want.
You know, you're just talking about this, and it reminds me of the question someone sent to me earlier when we started the program. There's a question here in regards to this. I think you answered that when it's time for questions and answer, when we're taking questions and answer. But for now, I think let's get on a short breather. When we get back, we're going to continue with this particular program and this particular topic. After now, if there's one thing you do for me, if there's one thing you help me, is don't place judgment or don't make decisions out of what people think. Let's get on a short break. When we get back, we'll continue with the program. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Back, if you're just tuning in, this is Speak to the Counselor on Royal TV, the new vision of Africa. We are still on the topic, and we are still talking about how does fear of societal judgment affect decision making, personal freedom, and comparison with others. Now, I want us to get onto the aspect of personal freedom. I guess it's still here to digest us this topic. Is it possible for what people say to affect my freedom, how I move, where I go to, what I say, what I don't say? Like, I want to say something, the man he look me, man not talk. That's just an example. Is it possible?
It's very, very possible. Just the fact that another person is already dictating how you behave, you are not free. Because for example, let's say you go to a restaurant. I had a friend that she was in a relationship with this guy, and she came saying that there is not going, and her complaint was, no, this guy, he's not sociable, or I mean, he needs to learn a lot of ethics, because when they go to the restaurant, he'll be looking like, why are you eating this way? Why are you eating that way? Why can you not? Why can you not?
You know that aspect of going to the restaurant,
yes,
especially with a male person, is very common with Christians.
Yes.
They are always afraid for their church. No, we'll say these things the way they are. They are always afraid for their church brothers not to see them in a compromising, what we call in quotes, compromising situations.
Yes.
Where
and
you even
something
sit
that
and,
you could
and
feel
eat.
free to do, you are just afraid because the church has put us in a box.
We are actually in a box,
yes,
like that. Some churches
the
actually.
kind of expectation of holiness or morality, let me even put it in that sense, in such a way that you are supposed to be perfect. I mean, they expect
you are
more
supposed
than
to be Jesus.
what God expects from us. Yes, and that alone make people to hide addictions, to hide maybe some kind of things that they could say, oh, Lima, it's really pinching me here, and get help. But because Lima is a person, oh, you have grown, why are you like this? Why are you like this? So
it goes more with leaders in the church.
In the church. And I'm like, you're supposed to do
I've
this.
suffered
Even when
from that
fall,
particular thing.
like,
it goes more with leaders in the church. And most times you just have to break out of it. We are not saying that you should go to places that are ungodly. Scriptures is against it.
Yeah.
But just at least I guess I said a lot of things about that particular freedom aspect. I think you should really relate it to our brothers and sisters, our church brothers and sisters, let me put it that way.
Yeah, it affects our freedom a lot. The thing is, most of the times, the issue of doctrines, yeah, this church, this is how, if we shift a lot from scriptures, and we follow religion and doctrines that are putting us in a tight corner. You are not expected to do this. You are not expected to do this. Even when you know deep inside within with the Holy Spirit that, okay, I can do this, and it will not really be a problem. But so it affects our freedom. If I'm sitting here and you are the one dictating the way I move, the way I talk, the way I behave, am I even refuse to eat? The thing is, it's unconscious.
Yeah.
I might go somewhere and I refuse to eat because when I eat, Lima will say, you be just the chop pig. You did for people that are places.
You know, some marriages are actually going through these things that you're saying.
Yes, you be just the chop pig. And you go somewhere you don't want to eat. Okay, better let me eat at home, or better let me eat without this person. There are sometimes that even going for a program, you are like, if this person will be there, you want to try to look for an outfit that because when this person will meet you, the person will not give a good judgment of it.
Madam Deli, let me just cite this. I'm sure you throw more light on it because people are actually going through this particular thing. I had a friend where she goes out, if she has to go out with her fiancé.
Yeah.
I'll put the fiancé in quote because that one is not, we're not supposed to even get to a level of, we even past dating or getting to fiancé. 24 hours relationship, that relationship is supposed to die because this guy does not want, when they go out, he goes up to a point of dictating what the lady eats. I don't want you to eat arrow because when you smile, part of the arrow is on your teeth.
You enjoy
Okay, I love that silence. I love that silence from our counselor. It goes up to that extent. Like her decision, her life is centered around what this boy thinks about her. So I think societal issue too is not really about the society. It starts even with your home.
Yes, family, friends, neighbors, that people that
Your
only with their,
boyfriend, all.
yes, only even with female friends, there are things that you don't do because your friend does not
Does
approve.
not like.
Yes. So these things, it starts with us misplacing our values. Yes,
Misplaced
because
values.
if I'm going up to Boya Town and you are going to my 17, we cannot go. There is no way we work together. Yes, so there are times that you don't have any sense. Your values, your principles, you lay aside, and that you compromise them to please others. That's why you start thinking, okay, no, this guy will not let me eat eru, and because you have really
No,
stayed
I told
without
that
eating
girl,
eru,
run.
you really want to eat it, but because somebody so
Some people, I don't know if you watch this particular comedy on TikTok. That's a Molife, run. Run, my sister. As in, pick your two shoes, dust the out, and run for your dear life. Because
that will go to the extent of you cannot visit this your
that's
friend.
why I say it starts
You cannot
small.
visit, yes, you
By the
cannot
time
go
you
here, you
know it, you
cannot go
marry
here.
that kind of
This
person.
family member cannot come here, and and all that.
It
So
becomes toxic. You cannot maintain. You cannot go around it. Now, the next, we're talking about societal judgment or society judgment. Moving on to, we've talked about decision making, personal freedom, and you've talked about people not being free to do whatsoever you want to do because what if they see me? What if? And you talked about knowing your core values. Bringing me to what I want to ask. What's the role of before this role, what's the role of how does this fear affect a person's confidence and self-esteem over time? Fear of I don't want people to see me. Fear of I don't want to do this because what would this person think about me? What would this person say about me? What would the church say about me? So how does it affect one's self-esteem?
it brings you to the point that you lost confidence in yourself. That means your self-worth, in fact, you don't even have it again because it's this person that dictates it. You start thinking that I cannot do it, I cannot do this, I cannot do this, because come with just little children in class, when this person wants to put up their hand to answer a question, say nobody answer that, and you put down your hand. When they constantly do that,
You've
you
never
know
even
that you
said the
don't
answer.
know. Yes, you know that you don't know. So it affects our esteem in that we shut down. We just know that, okay, I'm not
You're not good
beautiful, I
enough.
am not enough. I am not enough. I cannot meet up to this standard. I cannot meet up because this person says so, because this other person says so. So it affects our self-worth because you don't even know how to carry yourself again. There are times you want to sit like this, but this person say, no, how you just should also, let's say,
See,
some
people
man
should stop
don't,
this
don't,
thing. Ah.
so, some man don't beat to me,
It's
no cry.
breaking
You,
people. Like you're just saying these things, a lot of flashes are just coming to my head.
yes.
What some people have made me and talked about this in regards to this not being beautiful. I had a Sunday school. I'll just give this example. And she thinks she's not beautiful. She thought, let me put it in
Yeah.
past tense. She will think that she's not beautiful. And most of the times when you ask her, you call her by name. I'll not call her name. You call her by name. I say you're a beautiful girl. I say, Auntie, you sure? This person say I'm not beautiful. Why? Because she has a flat backside. Then she has a big breast.
Okay.
So when you tell her you look beautiful, she believes she's not beautiful because she's not figure 8.
Yeah.
Everybody must not be
Because
figure 8.
society assess
Because
figure eight is
society,
beauty.
that's it. Because
Yeah.
the society has tagged beautiful girls to be
Yeah.
figure 8
Figure
ladies.
Yes.
And
Or
most
fair
times,
ladies.
all of those things will happen on and on. So we will not really see what we say to others unless we, over time, someone will tell you that, you know, you told me this thing and it breaks me down.
Yeah.
You know, you said this thing and I could not recover from it for a year just because of
And
what
people
you
need
said.
to learn because that small thing, escape, and don't forget them, and you still add it. The thing
It
is,
can shift someone's mind.
yeah,
It can
it
shift
does.
someone's mind completely. My elder sister till today, she can still remember that uncle that said that particular thing to her when she was just 7. Till today, I was surprised. We met that man one time, and the man was just passing. She told me that's the uncle who told me that I have a big head. It's just a big head.
Yeah, and you
She can
carry
still
that along.
remember, and up till now, my elder sister she's really big,
That sometimes that when I
but
talk
that
with
thought is
teenagers,
still in her head.
I said that where I just make a prank like that. They say there's one beautiful girl in this hall. Please, someone is calling for her outside. I don't know the person's name, and like, and you see all of the girls standing
You're
behind
turning to look like. Why do you think you're not
to
beautiful?
see the most beautiful girl. And I was like, so you really wanted to see another person? It's not you. And they'll be like, ah, and say, why? Because
The society has termed it that way.
that beauty is fair, is when you are fair, or when you have enough clothes, when you have beautiful classic clothes,
Or you have shape.
you have shape,
This issue of
or
shape,
you have broken teeth, or you
it
have
cause
gap tooth,
problem.
or you have dimples. You know that some people, you see them making their jaw that
You
they
know I
want to
did
have
that
dimples.
thing. Yeah, talking about it. I'm not
They
like
want to have dimples because people have said, hey, see how the smile, dimples fine, and they have never appreciated your smile. You just think that, okay, if I can have dimples,
that's what the world has turned it
yes,
to be.
if that's why people go to get oils to cream their bodies, because they know that fair ladies are most
Are
beautiful.
beautiful ladies.
Yes. So in all that, I always say that when you do that, you look like the other person. If I'm comparing with Lima here, I'll try to do what you do. Like the way you talk on TV, I want to talk on. Because I want that they should also see me how they're seeing Lima. But I don't know that in doing that I'm promoting you.
Yeah.
Because they'll never say, hey, look at Noel. They'll always say, oh, she's
She
just doing
speaks
like
like
Lima.
Lima.
And you still
Yes.
come into play. So there are times that this starts from home. It always starts from home.
No, it starts
It
from
starts
home.
from home. If parents cannot appreciate their daughters and say, ah, see beauty, hey Nyango, you are the most beautiful. I mean, the child goes out, whatever people will say.
Whatever you say,
You know that
it
no,
does not
I
matter.
have
It
a
does not
cheerleader
mean
at home.
anything.
Yes.
You know, when you leave the house
Encourage
or
me.
when you ask your sisters, how do you look? And they tell you, the thing not just fine. Even if you take with that dress, even if 1,000 people, I don't know about
Nice,
you,
nice.
but even if it's 1,000 people tell you that now that dress is nice, in your head you know that it will not be nice, or it's not nice because you left home, and that impression from home already brings something at the back of your mind. So when I stand and I say, how do I look, even if it's not nice, my sister will tell me that see black girl, go cry. You need to come to my house and see where we are praising each other.
Yeah.
Then after that, they'll corner you and say, "But Masa, you know, she say that shoe so no go
No
with
go
it.
that close.
You know, she say that." At the end of the day, you yourself they'll make you see
change
reasons.
it, but feeling good about it.
They'll make you see reasons like this dress actually doesn't go with this shoe. This one actually doesn't go with this particular one. Let's get on another break. And when we get back, we're going to take on questions and answers. Feel free to share with us your questions and point of view to on the numbers on your screen. 670 74 30 34. 670 74 30 34. Let's get on the break. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. If you're just tuning into the channel, this is Speak to the Counselor just on Royal TV. Of course, we call ourselves the new vision of Africa because we are the big thing happening on your screen, and we are the big thing that will always happen. It will always happen. We are the new vision of Africa. You cannot go against it. You cannot change it. We just remain the new vision of Africa. You say it's pride, but it's just being confident in what we do and what we actually produce. All right, we are still on the topic. How does fear of societal judgment affect decision making, personal freedom, and comparison? How does all of these things put together? And the last thing we're talking about was in regards to family, your friends, your companion, your environment. I guess he's still here to digest the topic or give us more insight on the topic. So how can your friends, your family members, your loved ones actually push you to become what you really have to become, not because of what people think you should become?
A lot, because those you hang around, you know that if you are walking on the street and somebody slaps you, you can easily forget or tell the person it's okay. But when the slap constantly comes from those you love, you feel bad the more. Why? Because you expect better from them. You expect that if you are my sister, if you are my brother, you should treat me better, better than a stranger that I don't know. There are times that people can make comments or some things. You might forget it, but the one that is always around you, your friend, your siblings,
No, you
the worst
cannot.
is even at home, because you can
You
change
cannot.
friends, but it's difficult to change those siblings. The worst is the ones at home. So it can affect you in that no matter what people say, you can never believe that you can do better, because back at home, the foolish thing, the ones, so you know, if you ever do anything good, even when a teacher or a friend is seeing something good in you, but family has said that, you know, if you ever do anything, nothing good can come out from you.
Those
Yes, and
statements. What will you tell a child nothing good are you God? Oh my God.
you see,
Are you really
and
God?
when you say, come and do this, no, I cannot do in me and see, I cannot do in me and see, I cannot do it, it's because people have been giving them that impression that you cannot do it, and you grow up to make other decisions, because when you start refusing, no, I cannot do it, I cannot do it, you grow up, no, I'm not beautiful, I'm not beautiful, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. It affects even your career, it affects your marriage, your love life, whatever decision that you want to make, you will always be making with those thoughts. Because when your sister was thinking her head was big, now another person will build her, she has grown, and you can see your big head now, and she'll say, so now you want to see that head, and now
And
why
they
that they carry
laughed at
plenty thing
her.
them, why that they carry plenty thing them. There was a lady in my school, she was really short, we were opposite. She was, as I'm short like this, I
Are you
was
sure? Are you
I was
really
a
sure?
malang.
Oh,
I was
Malam.
I was I was taller than she was. So one day when a graduate, people used to tell, yeah, short with a candy. So one day, one guy, people were talking about something else, and the guy just said, but you short oh. She said that, yes, everybody knows. Everybody around here knows that I'm short. Who are you telling now that I'm short? That's how it ended, because she had come to the point that she know that, okay, yes, I'm short, I've accepted it. But anytime they say, if you say, I beg you, stop am, wait,
Or you
they'll
get
keep
angry,
doing it.
they'll keep
Yes.
doing it.
But that day she said that all
Just
man no say
accept.
are short. I don't accept her as short, will no be problem. So you detain her now. So you get that there is a way that someone's confidence can be built, and the person said that, okay, that's
That's it.
our
Let's
teacher
get.
used to say, apart from my tiny legs, what can you insult again? And you are stuck, you cannot, because her legs were really tiny, but she will always say that, apart from my tiny legs, she's just making you to know that I am aware,
That I
and
have tiny
whatever
legs.
you want to say, it doesn't
That's your
matter.
judgment. Let's get on to some questions. We have some few questions that came in, or why the program was going on. This person says, hello Truth, I'm Cornell from Moliko. Please, I'm a young man really struggling to make it big in life, but I'm so concerned with what people think about me, and sometimes I struggle to get my judgment from what people think, but it always ends up badly. I know this is a problem, but I just can't stop feeling that way. What do I do?
Okay, if we see when Isaac wanted to bless Esau,
Yes, sir.
yes, and Jacob came and took the blessings. When Esau came back, he went to the father and said that, please, even one, even if it's one blessing, can you give me? And Isaac told him that, no, I've given all to Jacob, but there is something. The yoke is over you, but the day you get tired of that yoke, you will break out of it. So that the day you get tired of the yoke, you will break out.
That's right.
So he was telling Esau that there is blessings for you, but if you get comfortable in your state,
Comfortable with it, you will not get out.
He says he's not comfortable with the state, and you know that it's already a problem. One thing is that if you know that all your decisions is based on what people say, first thing I will say is that change the circle of your friends, because there are times that you might want to think, and the friends keep like, you also, okay, I really want to come out, but you still go and meet the same people who say same things, who will put you back in that state. Change the circle of your friends. If you really want to move out, it means that you don't want to do what you have been doing as a routine. I've been making decisions to and fro. Change the circle of your friends. Move away. Last week we talked about move away from the triggers, those things that make you not to want to make that decision, those things that make you not to want to take that bold step. So move away from them. Maybe they are friends, move away from that circle of friends. Cleave to people that you know that always say, no,
that can help you.
No, we'll make it. There are times that it's very, very good to have people who always encourage you and say positive affirmation. We are not saying that only positive affirmations will take you there, but that alone is enough to give you energy to be able to make those decisions that you want to make. Because you can actually sit and make the decision, and you come out like someone told you that just leave cooking no before you. If you know that those are the kind of friends that
you have, you cut off from them.
Move on. And trust God, because Bible tells us in Psalms 139 that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He knitted you in your mother's womb. So sometimes when people are saying that, look at yourself in the mirror of God's word and see what God says you are. Because sometimes it's the judgment that people are giving us while we're sitting there.
All right, our counselor, we are going to move on to the next question. But for now, let's get on a short break. And when we get back, we're going to take on the final part of this program.
Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution.
Open our lines for questions and answer just on Speak to the Counselor on also the New Vision of Africa Royal TV. And we have again another questions coming up. This person is saying, hi Truth, I'm Precious watching from Boya Town. The fear of failing in life is eating me so strong, and decisions of others really influence my mind. What do I do? I think it's a straightforward question to our guest.
To be able to break free from such is, first of all, change your mindset. Have a change of mindset. Stop thinking about what people will say and work according to your values. Sometimes it's because you want to achieve like this other person. When you look at people's achievements and you don't have a direction that you are going to, you always want to feel like, no, I am below, or I am behind. No. What are your values? What is it you really, really want to achieve in life? There are sometimes that you look at yourself and you say that, okay, this person is doing better than me, but is that really the direction that I want to go? I have a lady that when she finished degree, the parents were insisting that why ENS? Why? Because, okay, in a shortcut that for get money. and all that. But she was telling the parents that that is not what I want. The parents said, "That's so you go, women, you know, go get job." And the friends who wrote ENS, some of them succeeded. At a point she started feeling like they have a right to, have a right, because because she's looking like, okay, the parents are telling her, see, these ones are giving their parents money, but where are you now? Where are you now? And but to cut the long story short, she still, though she dangles, she struggled to stay back on her lane. And today she's a PhD holder, making a lot of money in USD and all that. But what I'm saying is that change your mindset. Don't think that it's only, as we have talked now, someone will say that, okay, as Lima is doing cakes, she was scratching, I want to get up and go and do cakes. Because
You crash.
yes, what is that thing that you love? Change your mind first to know that it's not what people say is good, that is good. It's what you have evaluated, and you see that it's good for you. And with God's grace, you
You say true. All right, we've come to the end of Speak to the Counselor, but trust me, we cannot end without our guest speaking ballot box.
Yeah.
How can I forget? I cannot forget ballot box. She will pick it and just read out the question, then give us a straightforward answer, what she thinks about the topic.
The more you hide me, the more I control. When you face me, I lose my power with my power. What am I?
Another riddle. Why are you having so much riddle? Like, last week was love, and this time again it's still riddle. Nobody's asking some kind of personal questions, Abby.
It means that I'm fear.
The more you hide, what's the question again?
The more you hide me, no. The more you hide me, the more I control. When you face me, I lose my power.
You say the answer is fear. It's fear. When you hide fear actually
It will use you.
It will use you
be in
well.
control.
Yes, you actually
when
be in
you
control.
stand
But when
up
you
to
face fear, it
will lose its power.
evaporates.
I
That was
got
a
it
big
this
one.
time.
She got to this time. All right, we've come to the end of Speak to the Counselor, just on Royal TV, the new vision of Africa. Trust me, Speak to the Counselor is every Thursday, 3:30 to 4:30. I want you to enjoy yourself, because this is a safe space. This is where therapy starts from, and this is where you get to feel free and air out yourself. If you feel like you want to speak to any of our counselors, simply text the numbers on your screen. 670 74 30 34, 670 74 30 34, and trust me, we're going to give you the numbers to our counselor for maybe therapy or maybe one-on-one discussions with them. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. We are so grateful having you two times in a row. All right, I'm your host for this particular program, Speak to the Counselor, Lima Truth Mojoko. That's my name, and hopefully, God willing, we will be here again next week. It's April, it's my birth month, and it's a time to celebrate. Of course, we'll take the whole of this month and celebrate. So see you next week, Thursday, every 3:30 to 4:30, just on Royal TV. Catch ya.
Speak to the Counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution.